let's come back to Judge Merchan. And when Debbie and I were talking about this, Debbie's like, well, one possible explanation for why the guy might be pushing the case back. Because see, Merchan is kind of one of these guys who I think would have loved to have been the one guy to stick it to Trump. Hey, listen, Fani Willis couldn't get him. Jack Smith couldn't get him. I got him. I locked him up. I put him in handcuffs. So it's got to be that there's strong forces on the other side that have convinced Merchan, you know what? You better not do it. I think one of these possibilities is Judge Merchan was afraid if Trump wins the election, Judge Merchan, could be arrested. He could be put in handcuffs. For what? Election interference, depriving Trump of his basic rights and civil liberties. In other words, two people can play at this game. And I don't think that Trump is the kind of person who takes this kind of thing lightly. In fact, Trump has talked a number of times about why he likes the idea of an eye for an eye. He likes the idea of revenge. And I think that revenge often gets a really bad name. Oh, he's engaging in revenge. Well, have you ever seen a Western movie? Pretty much one out of every 3 Western movies is about revenge. A lot of very powerful non-Western movies are about revenge. Have you seen Mel Gibson's The Patriot? Mel Gibson gets involved in the fight against the British, not because he, quote, loves the country, not because he just read the Constitution, not because he's inspired by the Declaration of Independence. No, the British come and they burn his house. They destroy his family. And so he's like, guess what? I'm going to now take it out on you. So movies from the old Charles Bronson movies to Western movies to The Patriot, the theme here is that if somebody does you a grievous wrong, guess what? You have every right, it is in full justice, to extract, in some sense, your due retribution. And I also think that that is the real basis of justice. The real basis of justice is not deterrence. So because think about it, deterrence. I mean, this guy does something, so you're gonna do something to him, or lock him up, or chop off his arm to inspire other people not to do it. Well, how can that be justice? That may be socially beneficial. You can make a utilitarian argument for that, but it has nothing to do with justice. Justice means this guy did something wrong, and therefore this guy must pay for the wrong that he's done against other people and against society. So I think that Judge Merchan here realized that this is very deep water he's getting into. There is a national presidential election, and should a local judge have the power to lock up the candidate of one of the 2 major parties, this is going to reverberate. This is going to have massive consequences that go way beyond New York. And so I think this little weasel decided, I better get out of this, And so he's decided, let me push it past the election again.